Hi, good afternoon, sir. We shall start now.
Yeah, good afternoon. My
Prakash?
screen is okay. Like, can you see my
Yes,
background
you're
in the
visible.
right way?
You're visible.
No, my background.
Everything is fine, I guess.
ठीक है.
We are starting up with, okay? So, good afternoon, everyone. A
Sure.
warm welcome to Entrepreneur Essentials, organized by the Entrepreneurial Cell, ECell of Haldia Institute of Technology. I am Ayushi Srivastava, a proud member of ECell, and it's pleasure to introduce today's exciting event. First, a heartfelt welcome to our esteemed speaker, guest, and participants. Your presence here reflects your passion for entrepreneurship and innovation. Entrepreneurship is more than starting a business, it's about creating value, solving real world problems, and making meaningful impact. At ESEL, we strive to nurture a culture of creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurial spirit among students. Today's session is designed to inspire and expose our young minds to the dynamic world of entrepreneurship. It's an honor to welcome our distinguished guest, Sir Jitendra Singh Dhaiya, a renowned expert in fintech, digital transformation, and financial services. From his journey as a banker to becoming the CEO of TrustXPay and Payko, Sir's journey will provide invaluable insights into trends and opportunities in the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Without any further delay, let's welcome Sir Jitendra Singh Daya to enlighten us with his knowledge and experiences. So get ready to explore the exciting world of entrepreneurship and innovation. So let's begin, sir.
Hi, Ayushi. Thanks for inviting me. Let me share my screen.
Sir, you are visible and you are audible also.
So, are
So,
you okay? So, this is visible, right? Just let me increase the size. So, today we would be discussing about the most important thing which every student, every entrepreneur would like to be into. So when we talk about execution of an idea to an startup journey, so what things comes to anybody's mind? So we would be talking about those things. So before getting into the idea thing, what exactly idea is? So this is in nutshell we would be talking about from introduction to how to execute that idea into a full-fledged business model. So before that, I'll jump into a small, quick brief about myself. I've been raised in a military background, so gained discipline and resilience early on. So I'm happily married for 18 years with two lovely kids. And I have banking experience of 19 plus years. For last 2 years, I'm working on my startup. And I'm currently an author, entrepreneur, startup mentor, and also exploring more things onto my journey further. So, as a founder of Pekio, we are kind of building an environment for immigrants wherein they would be able to do instant cross-border utility payments and faster fund transfers. So, as an author, I have authored a book, Pep Hack Mastering the Art of Selling, and also working on more. Mentorship, I'm working and helping startup founders on strategy, finance, and growth. So, sharing my insights with them. So now get into the startup journey. What exactly startup is? So when we talk about startup, it includes three basic core things, which is innovation, scalability, risk taking. So whenever your idea is innovative, like adding some value to the end user, and also it is scalable, and you are ready to take the risk, then you are on the right journey. When we talk about the importance of startup or the entrepreneurship, why these things are really important for any economy. So it drives innovation, it creates job, and it fosters growth. So these three things which are really, really important when we talk about a startup or when we talk about entrepreneurship. So they contribute towards the economy as a whole, not to themselves, not to their employees, not to their customers, but to the entire nation. Now, if we talk about the growth metrics or how the scalable your idea or business model is, so we can see this image here. We can see there are three dots. One is a startup, one is a scale up, and third is a small business. A small business is kind of a traditional business, which is like proven that is there for like number of years. So this is profitable model wherein the scalability is not much. When we talk about the startups, so they have potential to grow. They have validation for new idea. They are working on new innovative models. So initially, when we talk about them at startup stage, so they fall under this category wherein the scalability is potential is high, but the growth or the validation is initial stage is not there. So when these things happen, when startup turn into an growth or a scale model, when they convert themselves into that scale and turning to growth side, so they became an scale up model. So these are brief distinction between startup and small business. So one is basic objective. When we talk about a startup, it has potential for rapid growth, scalability, and innovation. A small business, they lack scalability much, and also when we talk about profitability, so they are profitable from a early stage on. So they have a steady growth and growth potential. If we see on the both sides, so startups have high potential for a higher growth, and a small business, they have their presence in local market, so their growth, their focus is limited to that potential market or probably in product or services which they fall into. When we talk about funding, so startups, they got primary funding from angel investors, VCs, and when we talk about small businesses, their funding are much more reliant on banks and loans. In terms of loans, basically, they don't raise funds through angel investors or VCs. Risk is also really important when we talk about a startup and a small business. So startups, they have the potential of high risk due to their idea which is not proven in market initially. Once their idea is proven, so the risk level goes down. When we talk about small businesses, so they have less risk as compared to the startups, very less, we can say, because they are working in an established market wherein they know their customer and they have the potential to serve these customers. When we talk about exit strategy, so startups often plan for acquisition or IPO kind of a thing for a longer horizon. And when we talk about small businesses, they are owned for long term ownership, typically family owned businesses or locally sustained businesses. They are running for like what we call it as like from one generation to another generation structure. Startups hold flexible and collaborative structures. Roles may shift depending on the needs and requirements, but small businesses' traditional hierarchy with defined roles are there, and most of these hierarchy is headed by the family-owned people, like family only. So, in a nutshell, when we talk about idea, what idea exactly is, it's basically a thought or a concept when it comes to our mind initially. Then we work on it, we add more insights, more solutions, more creative vision to it. Then that idea spark into a creativity, innovation, and problem solving overall. Then they start as thought but lead to a real outcome. Like when we talk about any problem, so initially we talk about that problem, how that can be solved. Then we get into insight solutions, creative solutions, what like what things we can add to that idea to make it more relatable, and how we can make a solution to accessible to the right users. So idea drive change, growth, and progress, and they change from one stage to another. Sometimes we pivot also on some ideas depending on their usability or their requirement or adaptation in the market. They help us envision possibilities and tackle challenges. So now, finding, validating, and executing an idea. When we talk about ideation, so these first two stages involve from like idea formulation and concept development. So it is the basic stage wherein we work on our thoughts and try to convert that into a development, concept development. Then validation is there. Validation involves 2 points: formulation of that idea into a business model and validation of that idea from someone or the market, depending on research, depending on the customer feedback. We validate our idea. And third stage is execution, wherein we develop MVP, minimum viable product, for or to be offered to the market. Then there is a stage where scaling is done, like where we go for growth potential of that idea. So I'll also would like to share a small brief about Pekio, how is it is started, depending showcasing it on the basis of these three stages. So initially there was a problem, like my partner wanted to transfer funds to Nepal. So they were not able to do it at the time due to some reason, some problem. So now this problem of doing fund transfers faster, they click on something like they can create some business model onto it. But to develop a concept, they need to understand like what all transactions, what all things can be done onto it. So then we started working on the concept development. After the concept development initial stage was done, then we got into a validation mode wherein we started formulating the things which we would be including in this idea. There were some more things which we like removed from our idea. Then the validation happens through the customer feedback and their need analysis based on their requirements and solutions which would we would be offering. So it's combination of the research which we did. After that, we started working on it and we created the first model wherein we were doing utility payments. And this was launched in the market to see the feedback. And now we are at scaling or growth stage. Now we are putting up more offerings, more solutions to our main application. This is how we formulated our business model. So these are some of the examples you might have seen on and off daily basis. So Paytm, before Paytm, there were we were using banks, we were using credit cards, debit cards, and online banking, net banking. So we were using all these things, but still Paytm came. Paytm came with a solution, and that solution helped us to manage our money, manage our transactions better and faster. Like Paytm and similar few more companies were offering in the market. Then Bharat Pay came. Bharat Pay, they offered a different kind of a solution wherein they were putting up single QR for all the payment solution, payment applications. So single QR code was applicable to all the company which were offering Paytm, Google Pay, or any other company which was there in the market. So they come up with a new innovative idea. So Zomato, before Zomato, there were many restaurants which were offering home delivery, but still Zomato made it so big, so innovative, so creative that now Zomato and we have one more competitor of them. So these two are leading the market in home delivery, and also they have added more services onto their platter. Zepto, they started with a small concept of uh, delivering kirana store, now became one of the leading player in the market of kirana home delivery. So Zoho, there were so many IT companies in the market already. So they built a economical solution depending on the requirement of small businesses. So they made so many applications which will help the small users, small entrepreneurs. So they are now used by many B2B clients. Snitch, they started with a simple concept of buying and selling fabric. Now they are doing stitching of shirts, t-shirts, many more product, and they made it so innovative and different as compared to their competitors. Like you are getting new fashionable clothes for men's on regular basis. Earlier there were hardly any fashionable clothes available for men. Policy Bazaar, insurance companies were there in the market. They collaborated all, and they made a solution so simple that we can compare insurance policies and buy them online. Nika, again, they created similar kind of experience for beauty care product. Earlier, women used to buy products online, offline, but they were not sure whether they are using product of good quality or not. So Nika helped that. Zerodha, before Zerodha, there were so many traders in the market where people were going and doing their trade for buying and selling stocks, commodities. Zerodha made it simple, and that too, Zerodha have not raised money as of now, so they are still bootstrapped. To simplify your journey from building an idea to a startup. So it involves three things: passion, intellect, and finance. When we simplify these things, so for any relationship, any business, any activity, we need to have three things in common, which is heart, mind, and soul. So when we talk about passion, so we think from heart. So creativity, it involves like introduction when we talk about why should we care for the problem. Then can you deliver that solution to that problem? Know your customer pain and solve the pain. So these are things wherein the most work happens from the heart. You understand the problem, you try to build up a solution. Then, when we talk about intellect, so there you need to do the mind work, wherein you would be doing market research, competitive advantage analysis, technological upgradation, or using which technology would be useful for you, and then market approach. So, these combinations come from the active involvement of our mind. Then third thing is finance. Without finance, nothing happens. So we need to understand revenue model. We need to understand forecasting and growth potential of our business, milestone and plans for next 12 months to 3 years. Then what is needed to do this business? That is the understanding we need to create. Section 1 explores and ignites your passion, and that happens through basically drafting your pitch. That is the first thing you do with your idea. Then you convert that pitch into an elevator pitch, which is a small 15-30 second summary of your idea. Then you start pitching to your friends, family, or other people. So, therein, like you start to create a buzz about your idea. So when you start pitching, you understand the things which you are pitching in terms of your potential of converting that idea into an startup. What are the pros and cons there? What solutions you are offering, and so on and so forth. Now, when we talk about how these ideas can be made great, so there are few things which are really really important. That is your team. You need to have three kind of people in your team. That is hipster, that is hacker, and hustler. When we talk about these people, like hipsters, they create customer experience. Hackers, they develop the tech or the product, and hustler, they do the sales and growth. So these type of people you need to have in your team. And there are two quotes I've taken from one of the famous people into startup journey. So Michael Catton says, the thing that takes you from a cool idea to a successful business is building an amazing team. In a startup, you are nothing without the right people to make something special. Mark Zuckerberg says, It is better to have a team of great people than a great idea. A strong team can turn even a simple idea into a successful business. So you need to have right team and right number of people. Now, third stage when we talk about is understanding and identifying the problem. So now you have understood the problem you are working on, you have the right team. Now you need to work on your problem. You need to have like things in mind, what solution you are building up, what solution is fit for your customers. You need to understand the pain points wherein you are offering solutions, and also create positive practical and emotional benefit to your customer, so that customer engage with you, share their problems, and you can create a solution for them. So to understand good problem, you need to be emotionally like impactful, have a strong customer feeling, need to understand your customer. Measurable impact, quantitative quantifiable value from that idea or solution you are putting up. And priority, high priority for problem for customers. Like you can identify problems in multiple stages, which is most uh, priority problem for the customer. You can start solving them. Decision maker, you need to also understand who are the decision maker, who influence key decision while buying your product or services. And also poor market solution, which is limited or ineffective options, you need to remove them. So here is a rule number one. So when we talk about customers, they buy solutions to problem, not just products. So we need to understand this thing and find problem that are worth solving for revenue. And if you are solving some problem, you should get money out of it. You should also earn revenue from that. So defining key customers and solutions. First, customer, you need to understand your customer who would be using your product and services. So ultimate user. Buyer purchases the product. So for example, if I talk about uh, we have kids in family, their ultimate user of some product could be kids clothes, but we are buying for them. So we are the purchaser of the product. Influencers. So there are market influencers also, and there are influencers associated to those people as well. For example, men buying products for kids are influenced by most of the time by wives or the mother of their children, right? Similarly, we also need to understand product market fit, wherein we would be aligning product value with market needs. Third thing is unique value proposition. Whatever products offering we have, that needs to be distinctive benefit that makes customer happy. So customer need and interest should always be taken care of. Then iteration, refining the product through small experiment and feedback. So when customer started to use your product, you can take feedback from them, and the outcome of those product, whether that is really helpful for them or not. So on the basis of that, you can take feedback. Pivot, change direction by targeting new customers or redefining the product. So sometimes when one product is not putting up right way things or benefits to the customers, then you can put in more effort to make that product usable, or you can shift that product to a different product, maybe minute changes or maybe 100% shift from one product to another, depending on the needs and requirement. Section 2 explores intellectual wisdom. So now we are talking about evaluating the market potential. First, we need to identify people who are early adopters for our product and services. For example, if we launch our product and services, we would be identifying few people from the market, could be near and nearby people, whom we can give product to use and see their benefit. Second, market segmentation. We need to understand our product, if it is B2B or it is B2C or combination of both. So depending on our product and services, we need to understand our market, define our market, and then market growth. Look for indicators of growing and scalable market. So if our product is more in demand in market A, we are putting up sales efforts in market B, so that is going to be a waste. We need to understand the market potential and we need to get into that right market. Initially, at least, that is the main thing. Marketing insights, you can get the data from the market, understand that data, and basis that high potential segment, you put your product. So building a competitive advantage, how you can build your competitive advantage as compared to your competitors. So what is your edge? You need to define that. First is unique value proposition. This means distinctive job you do for your customer and how you make them happy. So you need to be distinctive as compared to your competitors. Second is direct and indirect competition. So you also need to understand competition in the market, whether it is direct or indirect. So direct competitors are those who are offering similar kind of product or services. Indirect competitors are alternate solutions, like you are using Coke, Pepsi. So these are direct competitors. But when we talk about Coke and juice, they are indirect competitors. The third is customer discovery. Engage with customer to understand their needs. So there are huge customers in the market, but you need to understand who are right fit for your product and services. Market positioning, emphasize what makes you different in customers point of view. So you always need to see your product from the customer's point of view, then only you will be able to get your business scalable. So technology as a differentiator, as we are talking about a startup, when we talk about a startup, that includes technology as one of the most important pillar. So in terms of technology, what makes you different? So first is technology enablement, how technology enhances business value. So what factors can help you grow your business, scale your business? So few things like IP, uh, innovation and IP, intellectual property, protects unique aspect of your business and technology, trademarks, copyrights, patents. So you always need to see which all uh, property rights you can apply to your product and services. Tech part. So product roadmap, develop and update a roadmap for continuous improvement, which is always advisable and necessary. MVP again. So start with a basic vision to test market acceptance and refine as needed. So MVP is your initial product offering, but you always keep on taking feedback from customers, and on the basis of your customer feedback, you can keep on improving your technology, you can improve your product and services. Market approach and customer acquisition, when we talk about this, so how we can reach our customers, basically first we need to understand the channels, which all channels are there wherein we can use to reach our customers. Could be online, could be retail, could be direct sales. So value added resellers can also be helpful, like considering partnership and expand reach. So that will really help in most cases wherein you don't have direct reach to your customers. Customer acquisition, understand the cost and process of acquiring customer through various modes, which includes online, retail, direct, or through channels available. So that you need to understand cost of each channel and the outcome as well. So segmenting and targeting, break down your customer based into distinct group for target marketing. Depending on your customer group, you use marketing strategies so that you effectively use the cost and get better results. So third stage, third section, investment opportunities and insights. So when we talk about revenue model, how will you earn money? So this is really important, because until unless you make money, your startup would not be helpful for you. So revenue stream, you need to understand and highlight which are the revenue streams, like sales, subscription fees or service charges, or any other collaboration could also be a source of revenue. So need to understand that. And also, when we talk about funding or business, we also need to understand the other aspect as well, wherein investors also expect from us what would be the potential revenue growth. We need to demonstrate how resources will support scaling. So these things also really important to understand. So when we talk about the revenue sources, it could be product sales, service charges, licensing, subscription fees, and could be more. I've mentioned few. Forecasting and growth, how much will you make? So when we talk about forecasting, we need to do forecasting for 3 to 5 years from now, and that could only happen through understanding about our potential customers, product and service offering, all these. So first thing we need to highlight is sales funnel. Visualize the customer journey and engagement point to forecast potential earnings. Then growth potential illustrate how scaling strategy and market demand could increase future earnings. Then key metrics, sales stages from sales stages from awareness to loyalty help protect revenue growth. So initially, customers are there. You pitch sales to them. Gradually, you make them your loyal customer. Then your revenue from those customers start to increase. Milestone and plan, growth and exit strategy. So first thing is roadmap to success. Plan key growth milestone to show progress towards financial goals or market exit. So you need to understand from your startup perspective what is your ultimate outcome which you want to drive. Then strategic goals define company building steps that align with revenue or validation of goals. So on the basis of goals, you need to understand and align things. So essential ask is reputation, support through testimonials, referrals. So you need to share these on an off basis, whatever testimonials you are getting, references you are getting. So that helps to build your brand, to build your business. Time commitment from partners or advisors. So whatever commitment in terms of business volumes, partners, advisors, customers, so that helps to build your business in a better way. Investment, financial contribution to fuel growth. So these three essential elements help us to build our business. Now the ask who can help and how much. So you need to understand two things first, like when you are looking forward to raise money. So first thing is what kind of support you need. Actual assessment of your own problem in terms of financial shortage. So outline requirement resources for the next growth stage. You need to build your plan for next growth stage, how much money you would be requiring, and the impact of investment. Show potential returns and benefits for investors and stakeholders. What would be the outcome you would be deriving through these funds? Then you also need to understand like financial funding needs for scaling at like further stage. Advisory, expertise for market entry or scaling challenges. So these are few of the things which I would like to add in, which helps to understand yourself better and also helpful for your startup journey to be a better one. So first, prioritize your health, strong support network, cultivate gratitude, work-life balance, financial discipline, long-term vision, mindfulness, celebrate small wins, embrace adaptability, continue learning, take breaks, practice self-reflection. So these points really help when we start a startup. So Ayushi, this is all from my side. Now we can have questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for an insightful overview. Now, I would like to move further with some questions. Sir, do you believe that completing an internship or a job before launching a business is crucial?
Ayushi, before that, I would like to stop sharing my screen, but I'm not able to find that. Can you help me with that?
So there must be a option.
Okay,
Yes,
got
sir.
it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
So
got
do
it,
you
got
want me
it.
to repeat the question?
So now,
Okay, sir.
yeah, sure, that will help.
Okay, sir. So do you believe that completing an internship or a job before launching a business is crucial?
So my answer is it is not necessary. But if you have an experience or internship into an startup journey, so that will really help. That can help in three, four ways. First is you get practical skills and knowledge about the business. You also create your own personal network with people, partner, customers, suppliers, employees also. And you also understand about the business inputs, which includes your sales, marketing, finance operations, human resource management, and also it helped to boost your confidence in terms of understanding your customer, like having good relationship with your channel partners and also investors, and most importantly, your customers. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible. We can hear you, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I've done with the answer. So should I repeat or is it fine?
Yes, sir. It was fine. It was fine. So further, I wanted to know what are the key metrics young
Okay.
entrepreneurs should monitor to validate their ideas?
When we talk about validating an idea, as I mentioned in the slide also, so the most important thing is problem and solution fit. So you need to understand what problem you are trying to solve from the perspective of customer, not your perspective. What happens is when we think of an idea, we think of idea which comes to our mind, but exactly that idea would be benefited to the customer or not, we don't think on that thing. Second thing is product market fit. If that idea can be converted into a full-fledged business, would that be scalable or not? Then how the financial viability is there for that idea, whether it can be converted into unit economics, profitability or not. Then growth potential, if that idea have growth potential or not, in terms of you can scale it or not simply. So these four things are really important to understand, and also you can take customer feedbacks on your idea so that you can do further development and all.
Thank you, sir. Next, many of us wanted to know that as a leader with 18 years of experience, how do you manage your team?
So when we talk about team management, the most important and crucial thing is the first basic thing is building a trust. So when you have people around you, whether your team, your family, your colleagues, the first thing is you need to have a complete trust with them. You also trust them and they also trust you. Second thing is when you are working in a team, you have a team. Second thing, most important thing is setting an expectation. That too with clear objectives, roles and goals. So, if I talk about myself as a leader, I need to define these expectations from my side and also from the team side so that we are on same path. Then next is empowerment that includes like delegating, supporting and guiding team members. So we need to help guide, support them there and also delegate some of the roles responsibilities to them. Then next thing is teamwork. So as a leader, my role is not to command, not to always give instructions, but to collaborate, team building, recognition, support also. Next stage is development. So when we talk about team, we also need to guide them, support them, and train them for next role responsibility, and also taking decisions whenever needed. And lastly, most important thing is we also need to understand their individual focus as well, like what career goal they have, what they want to build in terms of themselves for next 2 to 5 years plan. That also we need to understand.
Okay, sir. Our next question is, what is your advice for young entrepreneurs, especially engineers?
So when we talk about advice, so advice is the thing which is really really crucial, because people see advice as differently, but I would like to suggest uh, in terms of like being a banker, being a startup founder, being a team leader. So my suggestion to them would be, like, first thing is they need to understand their core strength, which is really really important. And then after understanding their core strength, they also need to understand what they are good at. Like, uh, after strength they need to build on external things also, what all they can create. So and also when we talk about the young entrepreneurs, they need to see, especially from tech background, they need to see the tech uh, journey in terms of like what is happening in and around their horizon, like what developments are happening in the market. See, these days most of these startups are coming from the tech side, pure tech side, which is AI, deep tech. So on that note, if engineers, they need to have a complete understanding on their basic things as well as what is happening in the market, which is coming up new.
Okay, sir. Sir, one of the most common question that arises in everybody's mind is what are the advantages and disadvantages of being an entrepreneur in India in 2025?
So this is really an amazing question. Why? Because what we see in the market is everybody these days want to own a startup, want to start a startup, and we have seen the growth actually in last 10, 15 years, and that growth is really tremendous. Most of the startup have become billionaire, and most of the startups are becoming unicorns as well. So these days, everybody think of becoming a startup founder, that they will start their journey now, and within a year or two, they would become the next uh, unicorn. So that is not happening actually. So first thing is you need to understand the thing which you are passionate about. If you are really passionate about, then go for it. And when we talk about the landscape for next 1 year or 2 year in India, so market potential is really, really huge. We have the world's highest population. So product and solutions are always needed. Innovation is always needed. So second thing is digital growth and adoption is really increasing fast. When we talk about startup, the support from government is also increasing, and we always need skilled talented people in startup segment. And investment is also coming in from like not only from VCs and angels, but these days people who are working also, they're also investing in terms of startup as well. So these are few of the advantages. When we talk about disadvantages, it could be like competition is really high these days. Many people are coming up with new ideas, and most of the time like some repetitive ideas as well. Regulation in India is still complex. If I talk about the regulation, them. Still, I find it complex as compared to some of the countries. And infrastructure gap is also there. Like when we talk about tier one, tier two cities, so you can find infrastructure there to support your startup. But when we talk about tier three cities or small towns, villages, so that is missing. Then again, funding is available, but funding these days is really a hustle. uh, you are not getting funding easily. Then if we talk about talent acquisition is there in the market, but you would find these talents segregated in tier 1 tier 2 cities most often. Small, if you are having a startup in a small city or town, then you would be finding difficulty in finding right people.
Thank you, sir. Sir, please tell us something about your book, Mastering the Art of Selling.
Okay, so the name of the book is Pep Hack, Mastering the Art of Selling. And the book which I wrote, it was during COVID. And when I talk about this book, it is into say like it is for sales processes, simplifying sales processes. The name of the book is Pep Hack, Pephack. If we divide these words into two, Pep and Hack, so Pep means energy and enthusiasm, and hack means gaining access to structured systems, like hacking a system or simplifying things, right? So I have divided this book in four segments, which is first is seller's mindset. Seller as means we, if we are selling. So it includes habits, attributes of effective salesperson. Buyer's mindset is about understanding buyer's behavior and changing perspectives, like how we can understand that and how we can use that to our sales strategy. The next is essential skills like negotiation, persuasion, communication, rapport building. All these skills are really helpful when it comes to sales. And last one is sales process, which is like a structured approach for planning, engaging, presenting, closing sales. So this book helps to understand the entire process in a simple way, and the core skills, which is really helpful for the startup journey.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving us your time and enriching us with your knowledge. We are grateful for it. Thank you all so much for your time and attention today. It's been a pleasure sharing this space with you. I hope you found the information valuable and inspiring. As we wrap up, I encourage you to take what you have learned and think about how it can make an impact in your own life or work. If anyone have further any questions or thoughts, LinkedIn ID of sir will be shared in the WhatsApp group to connect afterwards. Wishing you all the best moving forward, and thanks again for being here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. Thanks, Prakash, and thanks to the
Thank
entire
you, sir.
group of people who have attended the session. And looking forward to meet you guys again soon.
Yeah, sir, absolutely.
Soon,
Yeah.
sir. Soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You're sharing your knowledge.
Thank you. Bye.